Hello and welcome to Adventure Planet, where today I'm here in Seaworld, Orlando for the first time in almost 7 years. So we've got two coasters here that I've never ridden, that being Mako and the newly opened for this year's Icebreaker in the park. So really looking forward to getting back into this one. Weather is a little bit overcast today, but apparently it's going to be getting nice and sunny, nice and warm later on. The wind's going to die down a little bit here, which should make the day pretty pleasant. Park hours today are 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So we've got a nice 8-hour chunk to get some good rides in. I'm here quite early today, so the car park is just kind of filling up a little bit here. Now obviously SeaWorld here in Orlando opened up in 1973, so it's been here for quite a while. The original one obviously opened in San Diego back in California in 1964, and originally when SeaWorld was obviously first being kind of devised, if you like, the concept was an underwater restaurant. That's originally what it was going to be, until that concept expanded and grew into basically what it is today, which is quite a sizable marine zoological park, obviously famous for its orcas and its dolphins and the conservation work that they do here, obviously the rescue and rehabilitation and the educational aspects as well, to kind of really inspire the younger generations, I guess, to care for the oceans and the marine life as they get older. We also have another SeaWorld park in San Antonio, Texas, that opened in 1988. This is probably one of the more famous parks purely because, exclusive to Orlando, we have Discovery Cove just over the way here. All of the SeaWorld parks across the US have their own Aquatica water park, which is very, very good, by the way. It's actually one of my favorite parks alongside Volcano Bay. But Discovery Cove here is, like I say, exclusive to Orlando, and that park really is beautiful. It's limited capacity. You basically have to book on the internet, and it's a beautiful kind of tropical oasis setting where you can swim with dolphins and other marine life. They have a beautiful aviary there where you can interact with all the birds, and a really great heated lazy river, one of the best lazy rivers that I've ever been in. But today we're going to be checking out obviously SeaWorld Orlando. I'm digressing a little bit here. We've got construction work going on SeaWorld's new coaster due to open next year, codenamed Project Penguin. It's going to be a B&M coaster, kind of on the east side, I believe, of the lagoon. So it's basically going to complete that circle right around the park, which is going to be pretty exciting. Looking forward to coming back next year and riding that one. We got a couple of closures today. Manta's not open. Infinity Falls is also closed, excuse me. And Boxcar Derby Racer in the Sesame Street section of the park is also closed. A little bit disappointing, but at least they did actually notify you on their website and when you was parking your car earlier. There was a big notice saying that those rides were closed. $30 to park your car here, so still not cheap, but it seems to be the way it's going with the SeaWorld parks. It was the same for Busch Gardens. I'm really looking to getting back into this park though, so let's make a beeline for the park now, get into the entrance before it gets too busy. We're going to head on over to Kraken, I believe, will be the first ride. We'll see what's changed. Well, we'll have a little look as we get closer to the entrance. Yeah, really excited about being back here. And like I say, it's relatively early in the morning, so yeah, the car park's kind of nice and empty at the moment. Just behind us here, I don't know if you can see that at the back there, is the Renaissance Hotel. That's SeaWorld's own hotel where you can actually stay if you want to stay kind of almost on site of the park, really. If you do stay there, it's literally a 5-minute walk. I stayed there a number of years ago, back in 2015. You can literally come out of the front and walk straight into the park. No need to worry about parking. However, the parking there when I stayed wasn't free. They do have a free car park, but it's about a 20-minute walk away from the hotel. A little bit cheeky, really. They didn't actually tell me that on booking, that parking wasn't free. And yeah, I think if I remember rightly, I think it was about $14 a day. I didn't find out until checkout. Just approaching the park now. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now, Mako, obviously, really looking forward to getting onto Mako. Now, that opened here back in 2016, and that is a B&M hypercoaster with a height of 200 feet. So really looking forward to getting on that. Obviously, it's a SeaWorld park, so we can take you on for some POVs. And yeah, let's see what it's all about. Let's head on in. Come and join me for some fun. This is going to be a good one. And just as you're coming into Seaworld, on your right side, of course, you have here Manta, the B&M flying coaster, opened here in 2009. And like I say, unfortunately, this one is closed today. As you can see at the top of the lift hill here, there's some kind of maintenance work going on there. Shame really is this coaster is a really great coaster. I feel like I'm in the minority of roller coaster enthusiasts that enjoy a good flying coaster. I love Galactica back at Alton Towers as well. This is one of my favorites in the park, actually. Really do love a good flying coaster, and at the back there you can just about see the 98-foot tall pretzel loop in the back. Really quite an intense section of the ride there. This first drop, 113 feet straight down and around into that pretzel loop, which kind of flips you onto your back. Yeah, it's a shame this one's closed. Nice water effect here as you come around this bank turn. All the fountains and stuff go up here. And then you kind of fly around this this overbank here into the some waterfalls in the back here. Really nice queue line as well. Has some kind of aquariums and lots of fish and other sea life to see as you're queuing up. Really kind of cool. But anyway, that's closed for today, as I say. So let's head on over this way and see what's new. And there you can just see the start of the queue line for Manta. Wait time 0 minutes. That would be nice, right? There we are, another good look at the first lift hill there. Love that ride, really great. Yeah, it's a shame it's closed. So we've got a pathway closed up here as well. And directed through the aquarium here. The beautiful ocean. Oh, let's go take a look. Yeah, one thing the SeaWorld parks do really well is their theming. Some beautiful scenery around here. Yeah, really nice. One of the corkscrew loops of Manta just through there. Okay, let's have a look inside. Oh wow, it's really dark in here. Dory from Finding Nemo there. Yeah, just a quick look through the aquarium back there then. Really nice place if it's particularly hot to go in there. It's nice and dark, nice and cool, nice and air conditioned. And you get to see some great species of sea life in there. Now, it's actually quite busy in there at the moment. So I've seen what I want to see, I think, and got what I want to vlog. There's the entrance to it just there. Looks as though a lot of this pathway is closed around here at the back of us though. So we're going to head on down this way. Make sure I don't get in the way of people taking pictures. Those little side stalls and stuff also seem to be closed at the moment. They'll probably open up a little bit later in the day. So let's head on back round here. We are making our way over to Kraken, obviously. That will be the first coaster we come across, seeing as Manta is actually closed. If you are coming here, it is worth kind of working your way towards the back of the park first. Head towards Mako probably. Manta always tends to get pretty busy, seeing as it is quite close to the entrance of the park. And of course, if you want to upgrade your passes here at SeaWorld into like annual passes or anything like that, you can do that at a number of these kiosks around here. And you've obviously got the Build-A-Bear workshop behind me there as well, for those that want to build a bear. I can't say I've been in that shop, so I'm not totally sure what you do. Okay, seems to be a few roped off areas, so I'm kind of being guided around the park here, which is a little strange. It's usually very open. I'm not sure if they're opening those areas a little bit later on. Coconut Bay Traders there. And here we have the Stingray Lagoon, where you can feed your stingrays and also the big white birds that enjoy taking your fish. Much like Gatorland in that respect. Let's take a look. Yeah, I always enjoy feeding the stingrays here. Watch out for the birdie though. He'll grab anything that he can get his beak around. A few instructions there on how to feed them. Please do not feed the birds. Not always that easy. Yeah, again, really fun area, especially for the kids. All part of, as I said before, kind of inspiring them to look after the ocean life. And heading down here we have Dolphin Cove, where you can get up close to dolphins. Reservation only for this area though, so I won't be heading down there at the moment. Let's head on around this way then. That's where the dolphins are, over there in that pool. Again, lots of great educational information. It's given out by the staff here at the park. You can get photos taken with them as well that you can pick up at that kiosk over the back there. Yeah, let's head on down this way. Now, one thing that has changed quite a lot in these SeaWorld parks over the past number of years is their shows. Now, obviously, when I last came here, the shows were all very flamboyant, very colourful. The dolphin show especially used to be Blue Horizons. Lots of trainers getting in the water, interacting with the dolphins, and putting on a real good show. Now the park seems to have turned to more of an educational point. You have dolphin days and Orca Encounter now instead of Believe and One Ocean that they had previously. Also, the Sea Lion and Otter Stadium is now a spotlight on the sea lions and otters rather than the Clyde and Seymour stuff that they used to have. So they are taking a much more serious approach to their shows now, as opposed to what they used to have before. And I think a lot of that is due to kind of the backlash that they had a couple of years ago with the whole blackfish fiasco and all that kind of stuff. So they have changed quite a lot of things like that in the park here. They're still really good shows though, definitely worth a watch. They play a number of hours throughout the park. I think Dolphin Days is 1, 3 and 5 or something. And then there's 2 shows for the Orca, one in the late morning and one late afternoon. Always worth having a look if you've not seen them. As we just head around here, we have the screens coming from Journey to Atlantis there. Great water coaster that from Mack Rides. We will be getting on there a little bit later. As you can see in the back there. There we go. Great ride. Bit of a soaker that one as well, on a drop that you wouldn't expect. Very kind of very small drop really, but it's just the way the boat lands in the water. Just the water comes up and over. Just as you're not expecting it, gets you pretty soaked. And here you have these little splash geysers here that you can put, you can use your card to pay here. It used to be 25 cents. I believe it's probably as much as $1 now, where you put your money in, you press this button and it triggers a number of water cannons around this area of the ride. And as people come around, you can delight in getting them soaked. I remember standing here for about an hour not so long ago. Just the amount of power that you feel you've got in your fingertips when you hit this button, getting people wet, is it's pretty addictive. Anyway, we're going to head on down this way now. As you can see, through the trees there, we have Kraken. No longer any VR on Kraken, which is great, as I know I'm in the majority of enthusiasts' opinions there that VR on roller coasters is not a good idea. All right, let's go take a look at Kraken. And here we are at Kraken then, 5-minute wait time. And this looks as though it's had a bit of a repaint as well. Looks nice and fresh. Now Kraken again, it's a B&M flawless coaster. 144 feet high, 65 miles an hour and 7 inversions. And there is one of them right here. There's the lift hill. Yeah, looking really good this. Also gives some great views of the lake and of course Mako just going around the back there. And there she goes. Looks like they're sending out an empty train there. I wonder if it's been down. Yeah, looking really fresh. Looking forward to this one. 5-minute wait time. Let's see if that's true. Let's go on. And here we go, front row on Kraken then. Opened here in the park in the year 2000. 22 years this ride has been here. Operations were really quite slow in there today. Waited almost 25 minutes over the advertised 5. Taken a really long time to get trains loaded. But we're on. Yeah, offers some really great views. Look at Mako. Awesome. And let's go. Woo! Woo! 0G roll. Into the Cobra roll. Woo! Brake run. Wow. That was kind of intense. After 22 years, that's still riding really well.
Please remain seated until the coaster comes to a complete stop inside the station. Unfasten your seatbelt and wait for instructions from the attendant. Thank you.
Some on-ride footage of Kraken there then, and like I say, the year 2000 that ride opened in the park, so it's been here for 22 years and still rides beautifully, really smooth, really intense, really still a fantastic ride, that one. Operations on there though today, absolutely abysmal. Like I say, we waited 20 minutes. On approach to the station though, we were waiting 300 seconds, that's a whole 5 minutes, for them to actually set off the train that was in front. And that was the same with every single train. We were waiting between 4 and 5 minutes for them to load up and set the trains off. I don't know what's going on in there today, but it is pretty dire. I was actually waiting outside to get a little bit of off-ride footage, and I felt like I was going to die of dehydration waiting for the train to come around. It just wasn't happening. I don't know what's going on in there today, but it really, really, really is bad. However, what I am really happy about is that they got rid of, as I said earlier, the VR. Now, a couple of years ago, that used to be Kraken Unleashed, and of course it had the VR system. Now, VR just wasn't for me. Most importantly, it really slowed up operations, but as well, it just wasn't a great effect. The graphics were pretty poor, and a lot of the times I found that it wasn't even in sync with what was actually happening on the ride. So really glad they've got rid of that, and it's just gone back to classic Kraken now, no more VR, which seems to be the way things are going at the moment. VR is becoming less and less popular. They are starting to remove it from rides now. But that was Kraken though. Apart from operations, absolutely brilliant ride. Let's go and check out a little bit more around the park. Yeah, this is the Golden Seahorse now, a little gift shop and aquarium found outside Journey to Atlantis. Let's have a little look in here. See what we've got. Some refillable water bottles there. $6. Yeah, there's some nice little ornaments and stuff in here. I do like coming in to look at the merch and the clothing. Shorts there. Actually feel nice and airy. What are they? $25. It's a nice classic Seaworld logo down there. Some toys for the little ones. There's the aquarium in there. Similar to the one we visited earlier. Of course, you've got your umbrellas there. On the odd chance that we get rain today, which I don't think is likely. The weather's looking pretty good today. There's some gourmet popcorn there. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? What's he got? Oh, he's got a stick of rock. Oh, lovely. Yeah, really nice in here. Nice and cool as well. Yeah, plushy dolphins. This basically just leads to the exit of Journey to Atlantis. Yeah, nice little gift shop there. What is that, a snake? An eel? All right. So just over this back section here is Antarctica. Now, there used to be a trackless dark ride there which led into the Empire of the Penguin. Now that ride is actually SB&O right now. It's still, I believe, actually in the building, but it's not actually operating. It hasn't been for several years now. Now I'm not too sure why, because I thoroughly enjoyed that ride. You can actually go through and still see the penguins, obviously. But in terms of the actual ride, that's all closed off. However, wonderfully themed area, this. Really, really nice. Music here is great as well. Another merchandise store there, if you want to buy a penguin. And of course they have the Expedition Cafe here as well. If you want to get yourself a beverage there. And of course, there's Empire of the Penguin there, which is now just the penguin exhibit. No ride there, which is, like I say, is a shame. Did enjoy that ride. You could choose between a wild adventure or a smoother adventure. And the wild one incorporated a lot of spinning in the car. Of course, the observation tower there is also running. It's good to see. And heading this way now is towards the Sea Lion and Otter Stadium, which, like I say, is now the Sea Lion and Otter Spotlight Show. Again, a more educational show than the Clyde and Seymour shows of old. Just walking past Voyager's Smokehouse here, thought I'd just stop to show you the menu here. Now, I always come into Voyager's, every time I come to SeaWorld, always have dinner here. Absolutely amazing brisket and other selections of meat here. Now, it's usually really well priced, or it was a number of years ago. However, I have found out recently that prices in here are pretty expensive now. I believe the brisket selection is up to something like $24. I will be eating here a little bit later, so I'll let you know and I'll show you what it is that you get for your money. But I do believe it is quite expensive in Voyagers now, which is a shame. Yeah, just coming around past the Seaport Theatre here. It used to be a great animal show in here, but I don't believe anything's actually showing in here anymore. Just a quick look at the map there. Doesn't actually say exactly where we are. However, we have just come through Antarctica here. We've kind of moved and made our way around here. We're currently here at the Seaport Theatre. Gonna head up here now, up onto Mako, and we'll see what that ride's all about. Looking forward to this one. Let's go. And as of course we enter this section of the park, Shark Wreck Reef. We have Shark Encounter down that way, and then of course Mako is down this way. We've got the Sharks Underwater Grill there, fins and gifts. Of course, the short fin Mako shark is what the Mako roller coaster is based on. Known as, I believe, the world's fastest shark. Someone might correct me if I'm wrong there. So yeah, heading over to Mako now. Looking forward to this ride now. Not only is this 200 feet high, B&M's Hypercoaster is also nearly 5,000 feet in length. It is a big one. Let's hope operations on here are better than Kraken. There you go, see, a little face painting store right there, $12. Yeah, if you've got something for the little kids there, you've got a little bit of face painting options. Or henna tattoos as well there. And there she goes. Nice and dramatic. See what the wait time is down here. Mako gift shop there. And here we are, the entrance to Mako. Looks like 5 minutes. Let's jump on. Here we go then, climbing to the top of Mako's 200-foot lift hill. About to hit speeds of 73 miles an hour. Opened here in the park in 2016. And only a clamshell restraint for comfort. Here we go. It's Mako. Oh, the airtime. Wow. Around the hammerhead. Woo. Hey. Oh, the airtime is insane. Into the trims. Hey. Over the water and into the brake run. Some on-ride footage of Mako then, I have to say, first time on that, and wow. Oh wow, 73 miles an hour, and it feels like it. And I have to say, the airtime on that thing, holy Christ. I mean, it felt as though I was literally out of my seat for several seconds at a time. Loads and loads of pops of airtime on that thing. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to head round and get another ride on this one now. I'm going to try and grab a back row. I got a front row on that one. Let's go for a back row. I love the drama, the theatrics of going up this lift hill, the music, the views. Oh, it really is fantastic. Look at those views. Wow. Back row ride then, is this going to be more intense? Oh, it's a whipper. Oh, oh God. Oh, hey. Oh. Oh, that airtime again. Hey. Oh, boy. Whoa. Whoa. Then into the brake run. Wow. The views might not be quite as good, but that is a nice and intense ride on the back there. You really whipped over those airtime hills. That was great. That is, I would say, a front or a back row ride. Fantastic. Two rides on Mako there then, a front row and a back row, and I gotta say there's not a lot to distinguish between the two. They were both fantastic. The front row, obviously you get the views, spectacular views, especially going up that lift hill. You can see across the whole park and further as well, some superb views. Obviously the back row doesn't give that. You still get the airtime on the front row as well, but that back row is definitely more intense and you are really whipped over those airtime hills. I gotta say, gun to my head, I think I prefer the back row on that. I really do. But overall though, what a ride. It is all about the airtime on that. No inversions, the height of 200 feet and the restraints as well really make that ride. The fact that you do just have that lap bar, you're very exposed, which really helps with feeling that airtime. absolutely fantastic ride. I will definitely be re-riding that a number of times later on. Park shuts at 6 today, so I'm not going to be able to get a night ride on it, but I will get a number of re-rides on that one throughout the day. However, now though, I'm going to head to the coaster that opened this year. That is Icebreaker. It's a Premier Ride Skyrocket. Unfortunately, it has those annoying comfort collars, but this is the latest ride in the park. Opened in 2022, obviously. We're going to go and check it out now, get some off-ride and on-ride footage. Let's see what this one's all about. Is it going to be any good? I've heard good things. Let's have a look. And just to get through to Icebreaker, we have to walk through Sesame Street land here. Now, this used to be Shamu's Happy Harbour. Little Zero coaster found in here. It used to be called the Shamu Express, which has now changed to the Boxcar Derby Racer. As we know, that is closed. But this is kind of the area of the park more catered to the small ones. So you've got a little classic merry-go-round there, sunny day carousel. And this area has definitely expanded over the years. I remember when Shamu's Happy Harbour used to be relatively small. But this has definitely expanded over the years. We've got the Orca Stadium is just behind us here. Got some beverages and refreshments there. Reminds me of being back in the Sesame Street area, back in Busch Gardens. It's time for the cheesy songs. Oh, there's Big Bird over there. Maybe I should go and give him a hug. Yeah, there's the little Zero coaster in the back there, as we can see, currently closed. A little splash park over the back there. A little spinning flat ride there as well. Hey, Big Bird, what's up, bro? Yeah, this area is really well themed now as well. Look at this. Really nice. Really quite colourful as well. Got a laundromat in there. What's that all about? A little fun game to pop the bubbles. Oh wow. Yeah, it's just basically a little gift shop through here. Selling all your Sesame Street items. I'm afraid I only know Big Bird. Oh, and Cookie Monster, obviously. Yeah, you got some nice pins here as well. $9.99. Some lanyards there as well. And a little food and beverage shop through there. Oh, of course, there's Elmo there as well. Maybe I know more Sesame Street characters than I let on. Now, there we are. That's where we're heading, just through there to the Premier Ride Skyrocket that is Icebreaker. Now the scorpion tail at the back there is a 100-degree drop. Uses the LSM launch system, this coaster. Like I say, everything sounds positive apart from the comfort collars on the restraints, but we can deal with those. Altitude burgers over there. I'll actually grab myself one of those after the ride. Yeah, just a little bit further through here. Let's get on. I'll take you on for the ride. Let's go. Now, what's really cool about this ride here is as the trains move forward, and a
Please
dispatch.
unbuckle and lift up on your comfort
It moves
collar.
onto the
Lift
track.
the harness and step carefully over the blue bar.
It then
Thank
moves
you
the
for
entire
riding
train out
Icebreaker and enjoy the
over
rest
onto
of
the
your
ride
day
itself.
here at Seaworld.
For the ride to begin. Really cool. Very geeky, but very cool.
Break the ice.
And here we are on Icebreaker then. Front row first. We'll definitely need to do a back row after this so we can really experience the height of that scorpion tail. Speaking of height, 93 feet this ride. Anywhere between 50 and 55 miles an hour. Oh yes! Hey! Way. Here we go into that scorpion tail. Woo. Way, good air time. Whoa. And here we go. Whoa. 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 Oh wow. Way. Whoa. Oh, that's surprisingly intense. That was surprisingly intense. Wow.
Against the headrest. And get ready to break. Thrill seekers. Over the blue bar. One seat. Pull the comfort collar over your head and down onto the lap harness. Your lap harness must be in the properly closed position and close to your back. And feet are under the shin pad. Be sure personal items do. Welcome back. Please unbuckle and lift up on your
Second ride on Icebreaker then.
and step carefully over the blue bar. Thank you for riding Icebreaker.
This time a back row. We can really get the height of this scorpion tail this time. Hey. Here we go. Back on the 100 degree. Oh yeah. Here we go. That really whips you over. So just got off my ride on Icebreaker then. Two rides I had on there, one on the front and one on the back. And I have to say, back row ride for sure. Although I have to say, it was a little bit painful actually. Those pops of airtime are really quite fierce. It doesn't look it, but it is actually a very intense coaster, that one. Yeah, my legs suffered a little bit. Also, the space in the trains themselves, if you're a big guy, I mean, I'm 6'3", my legs are quite long. There was actually, oh hello, I got a little squirrel friend down here with me. All right, mate, how you doing? Hello. I'll call him Nutty. Yeah, so it was really quite painful on my thighs actually, but otherwise it's an okay ride. It's a family thrill. I'd like to see a little bit more theming around the ride itself. It's just kind of gravel and stone really. But yeah, the pops of airtime on that really, really good. The 100-degree scorpion tail, obviously much better experienced when you're sat on the back row. Front row, still again, you still get those pops of airtime and all that kind of stuff, and it really does throw you around as well. When you kind of come into that top hat section, it really does kind of, you feel the airtime quite well on the front row, but if you're into your thrills and you want your more intense ride, as per usual, definitely a back row ride, that one. I'm heading off this way now. Just this is obviously the Orca Stadium behind me here. No shows yet. We've got about another hour to wait, I think, for the next show. So I'm just going to walk around, I'm coming kind of the back of Sesame Street land here. Let's circle back round and head down to Voyager's Smokehouse now. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and as predicted, the sun's coming back out, and it's warming up a little bit here, which is good. It's been really hot here actually the past couple of days, past few days actually, since we're now what are we today? Monday today. Actually since Friday it's been really, really hot here. Temperatures hovering around 34, 35 degrees. So it really has been quite warm. Today not looking to be quite that hot, but still pleasantly warm. Let's go grab some food. Now, of course, this whole area here used to be wild Arctic, that I remember being a particularly poor simulator type ride, flying over various Arctic regions. Looks like we now just have empty space here. A little bit of a shop over the back there. Looks like it's just more of a rest area now. And so this used to be the old queue line here. Now over the back here on the south side of the park, I actually incorrectly said it was the east side earlier this morning, is where B&M's new coaster for 2023 is going to be positioned. You can see all the construction work going on. Now, this has been coined as a surf coaster under the code name Project Penguin. Now, we don't know too much about it. There is a footprint available online, an actual layout, which looks to be pretty official. Not 100% sure on it, but if it is official, we're looking at one inversion, a roller coaster that's not going to be going over the lake, and not exactly something that's going to be breaking records. So I'm thinking there's going to be potentially something unique about this ride. Maybe we're going to finally see the new restraints from B&M coming in, or maybe it's going to be, I don't know, something a little bit different. There's been talks about the new dampening system on the seats, which is kind of in effect a suspension system, which would make for a much more comfortable ride. Is it going to be a launch coaster, a sit down, a stand up? Not too sure. However, this is where it's going to be built initially. Looking forward to getting back here next year to find out just what that coaster is all about. I'll see if I can get some closer shots a little bit later on. Yeah, there's some great views of the park just here. Pictures Mako there, and Kraken obviously in the background. Of course, Manta and the Seaworld observation tower. Also, the flamingo paddle boats seem to be working again. That's really nice to see. And then just behind us here is where you can dine with the orcas. Reservation only. And it's not particularly cheap, but you do get to basically sit in there, have your food, have your dinner with the main orca tank in the background there. Unfortunately, I can't get any closer than that. That is, of course, where the orcas stay when they're not actually doing the main show in the background. Just through there is the main stadium. And yeah, if you fancy dining with some orcas, that's where you do it. Not necessarily going to see them in terms of you know, jumping out of the pool and all that, but they are there. Yeah, lovely, some great scenic views around the park here. There's an icebreaker again over there. I thought I'd come this way to Voyages, across the wooden walkway here over the lake. You have Bayside Stadium over the background there, purely because we can get some closer views of the construction going on the new coaster down this way. Let's take a look. Some more good views of Icebreaker there, and see, as you can tell from here what I mean about the theming for Icebreaker. I'm not sure if you can actually quite make it out, but it would be nice to have seen, you know, some icicles or something, or some fake snow even around there. I'm not even too sure about the orange colouring, to be perfectly honest. I'd like to have seen something kind of, you know, icy blue or something. But that's how it is. We've got a little bird down there. You all right? Hello? He doesn't care. He's made friends with that green light. Bayside Stadium over there, obviously. Nothing going on. No performances today there. As we make our way down this way, we might be able to get some better views on the construction. Now, unfortunately, I do only have the GoPro, so I don't have any kind of decent optical zoom here, but we can see what we can see. Yeah, lovely park this. I'm still wondering how long it's going to take before they close down this observation tower and turn it into a drop tower, though. I think that would be great. Come on, Seaworld, you know you want to. Head through here. Yeah, so behind all here is basically the parking for the park.
Hello, camera.
Hey. And there we are. So not really much to tell so far. Can't see any track pieces yet or any footers going in necessarily. Just a lot of infrastructure work obviously going on, laying the groundwork. Like I say, you know, we're still early 2022 at the moment, so there's still a lot of work to be done here, but I kind of feel there's a little bit of a missed opportunity though. I think I would have actually liked to have seen the coaster come out into the lake here. I'm not quite sure why they've decided not to. Like I say though, really looking forward to seeing what happens here over the next year. Exciting times ahead. And just on the other side of the walkway here, for those that fancy their alcoholic drinks, we have the Flamecraft bar here as well, along with the Seafire grill. I have eaten in here once before, really good food. I do, however, still prefer Voyages, which is down this way. So in terms of dining at Seaworld then here in Voyager Smokehouse, people were not joking around. I've got myself some brisket here with some waffle fries, piece of strawberry cheesecake, a side of beans and a Coke, and this cost me $44. Now for those back in the UK, from where I'm from, $44 at the current exchange rate is around 37 pounds, which is bordering on extortionate. I did actually say to the cashier, and it's all to do with operating costs increasing due to the pandemic, the usual reasoning behind price increases, but this at $44 is pretty extortionate, and I certainly think that this is way overpriced, pandemic or not. It's not good, it's obscenely expensive. However, the brisket here is always really, really good. I've had a little taste and it is fantastic. And this, of course, will fill me up. However, those prices are pretty unforgivable. For that price, for $44, you may as well actually go for the all-day dining deal, which is $49.99 for an adult, $24.99 for a child. And that basically means that you can eat all throughout the day, getting your choice of one entree, one non-alcoholic beverage, and a dessert. And you can do that all throughout the day as long as you give it at least 90 minutes in between each order. That would make perfect sense at a park, not only just at SeaWorld, but at the Disney parks and the Universal parks as well. They all cater for the all-day dining, and it seems that these days that is definitely the way to go. if you are going to be dining in, and certainly having a full day at these parks, because the cost of things these days at least are pretty astronomical. However, I'm going to tuck in and then we'll explore some more of the park. So just got out of having dinner then at Voyager Smokehouse, and yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no doubt about it. The food there is fantastic. Really juicy brisket. The cherry cheesecake, it was cherry, not strawberry. It was really creamy, really filling. Even the beans were good, you know. Real kind of strong smoky barbecue flavor to them. Really fantastic. Did it make it worth $44 though? No, absolutely not. It's horrendous pricing, and I get it. I understand it. The operation costs are a lot higher these days. There's a staff shortage. The world's not in a great place right now, but will the prices return to pre-extortionate levels when the world does go back to some sense of normality? The cynic in me says no, they won't, but we'll see. Only time will tell. For now though, we're heading on this water coaster from Mack Rides. Let's go get wet. Here we go then, Journey to Atlantis. 1998 this ride opened in the park. And apparently they've made some refurbishments to make it even wetter.
For your safety, please ensure that all hands, feet, and objects remain inside the boat at all times. Once again, keep all hands, feet, and objects inside the boat at all times. Thank you. Enjoy your ride.
Oh my God. Regretting this.
Yeah, we'll go back. I think it goes down the boat, yeah.
Let's see how much of a wet one this will be. Funnily enough, on this ride, the part where you get the wettest is actually on one of the smaller drops. Great views of the park there.
At the bottom of the hill.
There we go.
Oh my God! That was a soaker.
Did you get wet? Hey, there's Bambi! There's Bambi!
That was mercy wet.
That was pretty far down, huh?
That was a wet one. However,
That hill.
The worst part is this bit here.
Look, Remy might be over there.
This is the worst bit.
Where's Remy?
I'm hoping in the second row I'm going to be okay here.
Where is she? Oh, there she is over here.
The way the boat goes in the water here gets you pretty wet. Oh my God! Yep, that got the legs. Oh wow.
I think so, yeah.
I'm glad it's a warm day today.
Okay. Up the hill like a roller coaster.
Well, that's the water part out of the way. Let's get the coaster part done.
Sometimes scary is fun. Okay, we don't have to do that. The kids.
Here we go then.
Please sit upright, hold on tight, and brace yourself.
Oh wow.
I think we're all done already.
Ah, there we are. Journey to Atlantis then.
Yeah, we're all done. There's the end.
And I'm nice and wet for the day. Just got off my ride on Journey to Atlantis then, and yeah, a little bit, so it wasn't too bad, I've had worse ones on that, certainly in the front row. On that second little drop there, you do get particularly soaked if you're unlucky. No need to use these though. These are the dryers, of course, $5 a time to dry yourself off in there. Dryers. In Florida, of course, not really necessary, especially on a day like today. You'll soon dry out quick enough. But yeah, still a good ride that. Like I say, 1998 that opened in the park. And still rides really well actually. The roller coaster section is pretty intense. Still rides pretty smooth actually. So yeah, still pretty impressed with that ride. And just on the overlook section now where we can see a couple of the dolphins out here. Just having a little bit of a play. I'm just heading over to the Orca Stadium now where I'll put in some footage of the Orca show before wrapping up today's vlog. Yeah, it's been a good day today. I'm just waiting to go into the Orca Stadium now. Just thought I'd check out a gift shop here. Some pretty nice Seaworld vest tops. $24. Couple of other ones there. Quite like this grey one, if I'm honest. I'd even treat myself. Some more kind of fun type ones there. Not embroidered, just a transfer, which is unfortunate, but always prefer the embroidered shirts. Maybe a soft toys. Maybe a little chamois. You got some of the SeaWorld rescue stuff over here as well. Yeah, this one's quite nice. $25. Got your caps there as well. Some more of the fun stuff for the kids. Interesting design on there, the classic SeaWorld logo. Yeah, I quite like that actually. I've got a white one here as well. How much is that one? $26. Maybe I'll treat myself to that one. Yeah, very nice. Some of your mugs here as well. I do like a good mug. Not so sure about that one now.
Hey, look at this. It's a nice shark hog for you.
There's your shark holding your stick of rock again there.
Nicely done. All right, I told you guys we were coming here. Nice breach signal, everybody. Now, like a kicker or a spy hop or a bow, killer whales will breach to get a better look around. But more often than not, they breach to show off. So here comes Katina, the Seaworld legend, up in the air, showing off. Folks, let's hear it for the whales and our awesome volunteers. Seaworld's research.
Got a bit of footage there then of Orca Encounter, the newish kind of show here at Seaworld Orlando. Do I think these shows here are as good as things like One Ocean and Blue Horizons and Clyde and Seymour's Sea Lion High, things like that? It's a yes and no. They don't have the same pomp and circumstance and maybe, you know, the feel-good factor about these shows, but it's good to see that they are taking kind of more of an educational approach to these shows, with obviously, you know, with an aim to obviously inspire, as I said first thing this morning, the kind of younger generations here. And of course, this stadium has always been fantastic. It's a beautiful looking stadium, really has lasted the test of time, and it is still great to see the orcas. They still do the breaches, they still get everybody soaking wet. It's all really good fun. I love these shows and can't wait to come back again, maybe next year. Love it here. And so that's going to wrap up my day here then at SeaWorld Orlando. I still think the Orlando SeaWorld is the best of the three SeaWorld parks. I've been to all three, and I do still think that this is where the best rides and the best layout really in terms of the SeaWorld parks is at. You've got the Shamu Stadium, very famous, still looking great to this day. Had a good day today. Operations have been good, apart from, you know, the little kind of trip up with Kraken first thing this morning. That was pretty poor. And obviously we've had the extortionate prices at Voyager's Smokehouse. But aside from that, I never failed to have a good time here at SeaWorld Orlando. So it's been another one of those days. It's been really good. Weather's been fantastic. And yeah, we've got on some great rides. Mako, Icebreaker, first time riding those. Done several rides on Mako off camera, absolutely fantastic. The pops of airtime on that ride get me every time. It really is amazing. If you've not ridden Mako, get down here and make sure you ride that. It is truly fantastic. From me though, from Adventure Planet and from SeaWorld Orlando, I want to thank you so much for watching. And yeah, as always, happy riding everybody. Thanks for watching. Good night.